Hello, Caravan Travels here. I just want to talk about movers, specifically with our caravan, which we now have, and we've got four-wheel drive movers on our twin axle caravan. You'll often see on forums people saying you don't really need movers, you can reverse in, and if you can't reverse your caravan you shouldn't be driving it. Not always the case. Sometimes you get sites with nice big pitches and easy access. For instance, this one here in France, the pitch actually extends to the right beyond the tree, about half as much again. Huge pitch with a big easy swing out area to get in. But then very often, especially in Europe, you'll get much smaller, tighter pitches like this one. Now that's actually, the caravan's in one pitch, the car's in another, and look how close the trees are. And on the opposite side there was nowhere to swing out either. We wouldn't have got in there without movers. There's another one in northern Spain. The pitch was wide enough, but there was no room to swing out to get in. In fact, they actually asked us, have you got movers? This was when we had our single axle caravan, and we were able to get in quite easily, but it's not always the case. And that's just talking about sites that you go to. What a big consideration for us is the fact that we've got the front of our house, the road, and then the gardens. It's an old fishing village, so that's the way it was built, that people brought the boats up to the front and the road just ran through where gardens would normally be. Anyway, as you can see from the picture, we've got a 90-degree turn to get out. Now, when we had a single axle caravan, that would do a 90-degree turn, no bother. When we had a motorhome, then the drive, as you'll see, we could get, the drive's big enough, we could get the motorhome on, smart car, which we didn't tow with the caravan by the way, and our tow vehicle on there, fine. But when we got the twin, so the single axle, that was fine. That was easy enough, and it would literally, they'll pivot with the movers, they'll actually just pivot on the spot. But then when we got the twin axle, which is longer anyway, and of course they won't pivot because there's no single axle to pivot on. So we started off with a two-wheel drive system that was made for twin axle caravans. It worked to an extent, but it wouldn't do a 90-degree turn without lots of pushing and shoving. So to make life easier, I got the four-wheel drive fitted, which you can see on this photograph. And now it will do a virtual 90-degree turn. Of course, then you've got to get it back in as well. So this is looking from the other way. I have to drive past the drive, park up, and then get the caravan round. As you'll see, there is not room to hook a car up to the front, never mind a big car to a big caravan. Anyway, so that was it. We started off with a motorhome, which we sold to a lovely couple. We then got the single axle with the movers, the twin axle, and in fact you can see here, just sort of looking from upstairs, how close it is. And by the way, we do get some quite bad snow in the winter up here. Now you'll see, towing the caravan out, it's a narrow road. There are some parked cars, and there's a few pinch points like this one here and here. Generally when we get here, we're sort of in the clear then, and we can get through the village and out. But you do have to be careful. I've nothing to do with movers of course, but it just shows you at the end of a journey, to get it out, or beginning of a journey, get it out easy, and then to get it in easy, does make it a lot less stressful. So this is going out of the village, and then we come looking the other way, coming back in. You'll see that again we get these pinch points where people are parked, and round the corner at the end there, there's another narrow bit coming up. This is sometimes a bit awkward if someone's parked on the road on the left. and you can't see if anyone's coming, and many times come round this bend and there's a car coming towards you and they just have to wait. That's a narrow point there. And then we go along, stop beyond the drive, unhook the caravan, and I have to bring it back to put it in. All fits on nicely in the end, but we certainly wouldn't do it without the movers. Well, thanks for watching. I hope if you're thinking about getting movers, it might have persuaded you one way or the other. So it's Caravan Travels. Thanks. Goodbye.